Friday the 13th in 2020.
Hey, it is Friday the 13th, man.
God damn.
I didn't even realize. It's Friday, it's the 13th, and this is episode 13
Hell yeah.
of End of the Merrow. We're gathered here today, my friends, to worship Will Putney. Because what you just heard was a mix that Will Putney did for us of a song called Going Nowhere. And why did we do that?
Basically because it was under a minute and it would fit on Instagram. But,
the sole purpose was so we could fit it onto Instagram. So some years back, we both discovered that we had a mutual love and respect for the band Nasum.
But what we really need now is the perfect Nasum.
And we both love Will Putney and his mixes. His ability to make an HM2 sound like it's about to literally chop you in half.
it's clear, but it's also gnarly.
So at the start of this lockdown, you and I were kind of like, man, this would be a perfect time for us to sort of
Do this
revisit that idea of covering some Nasum songs.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Nasum, you could probably go check out their entire discography in about 5 minutes.
Grand finale. It's it came on a mini CD, 488 songs.
Going Nowhere is a 1-minute song and it's an opus.
So when we were putting this all together, we were thinking about drummers, and the first guy we talked to was Dirk Verbuin, but we couldn't make our schedules line up. But he had suggested a couple of songs to us, and one of them was Going Nowhere, which I hadn't heard before.
I'd never heard it either. Thanks for that, Dirk. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So you learned us something there. We called up good buddy Alex Rudinger.
Yeah.
He was done with it before we were.
Yeah, he was done with it before we even hit send on the email.
And we called in Kyle Rasmussen, aka Dusty Skeleton, to handle backing vocals, or second vocals, I should say.
Throw down a yard.
Yeah, well,
It might be cool.
And Frost.
Actually, it's starting to feel like a surreal fantasy world that I live in.
Yeah.
This is starting to feel weird.
You just lean in.
You know, they say you get cabin fever and you get loopy and stuff, but I think I'm way beyond that.
Yeah. You're like, I've already murdered my family and replaced them with robots.
I've tasted human flesh.
I've tasted all the sweet knowledge evil has to offer.
So the other night, Leon set up a session for me, and he dropped all of the audio into the session and was just like, you're going to go on to Twitch and you're going to mix this. And you're going to try to make it sound like Will Putney with these Toontrack plugins. So he kind of challenged me with it. I was like, dude. We were just kind of getting set up to do a little impromptu speed mix demo for you guys for some Toontrack stuff. We have the Will Putney Modern Metal EasyX drum expansion. And then I'm also using the new Ezbass plugin, which is pretty wild. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with either of these plugins. There's a story with what we're trying to do with this, because we did an entire EP that was mixed by Will Putney. Yeah, this is Leon, by the way, if you guys don't know Leon.
Hi.
I have it completely raw right now. Like, Leon just dropped in some files. There's no panning, there's no nothing going on here. We got to set up this mix from scratch. Will basically used the samples from the EasyX on our mix. The goal was to see if these Toontrack plugins were accurate, if they actually did sound like Will Putney's stuff, and they should get us really close to what Will did. But we did some cheats, which we revealed on my Twitch channel. I haven't played this yet. Maybe I should play it so you guys can hear what it sounds like just right now, okay? It's a pretty inaudible mix. I always have my drum tracks on top, and I have a map here that I use for drum programming. I always start with drums. Drums are my foundation for every mix. And right now what we have is the Will Putney Modern Metal kit from Toontrack that just came out, what, like a week ago? A couple days ago?
Yeah.
Is it even out? Am I blowing it right now?
I think it is. I think it's just out. Like it's.
Okay. We're trying to recreate a minute's worth of this song for a YouTube video that we're doing for Toontrack. And I decided that we would just do the audio and live mix it here on Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna crush this real quick. Add a bus channel for that.
I was about to take out my earplugs.
All right, so drums are the foundation of a mix for me, for anybody really. And so we got to figure out where we want to take this drum sound from here. I could probably work with that, honestly, but I don't know. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I mean, right out of the box, it sounds pretty awesome, I think. That's the default sound. Let's go ahead and try one of Will's kits now that we can see what we're doing. Let's start with the big and beefy kit. Fucking cannon. That's like really, really aggressive. That might be really cool for this. Dense and deep kit. See what that sounds like. You know, that's definitely a Will Putney drum sound. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds a lot like Will's drums, dude. I mean, let's see what else we got. Got a lot of snap to it. Yeah. Let's try the short and snappy kit. Not bad. Do you like higher snares or lower snares for fast drums? I just like lower snares in general.
For everything.
For everything.
Cannon snare.
I want it to sound like it's like inside of a parking garage or something most of the time.
Skin stretched over a bathtub.
There you go. Worm and wooden kit. That's not bad.
That was nice too.
That's got a lot of energy in the O's on that one. I'm kind of curious what Will is doing with the processing in here. Like, okay. Yeah, if you go to edit visibility, you get all these options here. You know, he's putting distortion and dirt and punch and all these plugins Will dialed in for you, and it sounds like this right out of the box. So it's pretty good. I can't wait to see how this actually sounds compared to the mix he did for us.
Yeah.
Warm and Wooden sounded pretty cool. That might be my favorite one so far.
I'm kind of torn between that one and the big and beefy.
I like that snare though. Like, that's a pretty crazy sounding snare. Like all rim shotty, you know? Definitely going to use one of Will Putney's presets because I have to use his own powers against him. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, dude. That's like got a lot of room in it, which is what we want. I don't think I'm even going to try to change a whole lot on the drums just yet. Like, I might just try to mix around what we already have here. You can't, that's an unfair challenge.
Yeah.
Because he's putting me up against Will Putney. I already lost. I'm done.
You got the deck was stacked.
I'm throwing in the towel already. But then, of course, I got Alex Rudinger on drums on Will's mix. Versus my MIDI programming and a plugin. And then I played the bass on the EP with your Music Man, which sounded insane.
Right.
So then I reprogrammed the bass and ran it through the Easy Bass plugin. I start with drums and then I go with the bass. That's usually my kind of cadence because those are the two things that take up the most space in the mix typically. And that's also the thing that's capable of sounding bad the easiest. Yeah, let's try the bass now. So what we did, I played the bass on the EP. Like I tracked all the bass with your Ernie Ball music. Yeah, God, that bass sounded so good. Okay, so we got some bass tracks in here. We're gonna start messing around with Easy Bass now. There's a feature in Ezbass. I thought this was kind of cool. So basically you can take this audio tracker and you can import audio. Let's say you don't even have a bass guitar. Bang out a bass line on your guitar and you can drag that DI into here and it'll actually generate MIDI and it'll automatically convert it, get it in the bass guitar range where it needs to be. And you can quantize it and all that stuff. But basically it gives you a really good starting point because you have kind of a general outline of where the MIDI notes are and what those notes are. By using this feature, like you can save yourself a lot of time so you don't have to hand program your bass parts if you use a VST for bass. I've never used one of these in a mix. I always have just actual bass guitar in a mix, so this is something new for me and I'm curious how it's going to stack up. I haven't even listened to it yet. I don't even know what it sounds like. So there's options for finger style, picking style, and you get a couple different players, a couple different options. So let's try with fingers. That's starting to sound a little more like a metal bass. So the programming here, everything is just 8th notes and 8th note triplets. And as you can see, everything's really gridded. You know, obviously a bass player isn't going to play notes like that. You know what I mean? But it's never going to sound that clean. Buried in a mix, and that's cool, you know, but if you ever soloed it out, you'd be like, oh, maybe that's fake, you know? So like what you could do is you could take these and you can kind of change the articulation by overhanging notes like this. So they kind of slur together, but it doesn't just slur together the note, it actually changes the articulation of the note. So basically, if you go like this, we select everything, we're going to peg them, and we're going to see what this thing sounds like, just like beast mode, full wide open.
I actually like that a lot better.
So now it's played with hatred.
Yeah.
And
way more hate.
Played with hate and overwhelming aggression.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That sounds good.
Maybe they just expect that everybody's just going to immediately peg every velocity.
Right. It's like, you guys are metalheads, and just turn everything all the way up, right?
You guys are stupid idiots. I mean, I'm just going to use that.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to mess with that, dude. Like, that's good enough for what we're trying to do here, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I might mess with the tones and stuff a little bit, but as far as the programming on the MIDI stuff, like that sounds fine, man. Yeah. So good on the Ezbass, right? I want to hear that bass one more time. That was kind of sick. Let's see if we can fuck with the tone on that a little bit.
It's compressing. See if we can get like some transients out of it. Make it sound better.
Yeah, so it looks like you have some tone shaping options, like right here in the plugin.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, it's got a compressor right next to the drive.
Yeah, it does. And it almost doesn't even need it, but like, it has a sub bass. Ooh, let's get some sub in there, dude, and see what happens. See, I'm not running my Genelex though. You haven't got to hear this song in any context yet. I think we should listen to the other one, because I know it's going to be so sick. Yeah, we're going to play Will Putney's mix of this song, so you guys know what I'm up against. Going Nowhere, which is where my stream is headed. I mean, let me get a real F in the chat for Will Putney's mix.
Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Dude, there is no way I'm gonna do that, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, that was sick, right?
Let me get there.
And we had some input from people in the chat over on Twitch, and I think they agreed that we got pretty close with the tools we were provided. I tried to use minimal plugins. Alright, so what I'm working on today, were any of you in the stream yesterday, or day before yesterday, where we were messing with this Will Putney mix for this this Nasum EP that we're doing? Kind of messed with the mix a little bit on the B-rig behind me. I didn't really do too much to it, I was just kind of cleaning up the session. I'm trying to recreate Will Putney's mix of an EP that myself, Kyle Rasmussen, Leon Del Muerte, and Alex Rudinger did. And what I'm doing now is I'm trying to recreate the mix using the new Toontrack Will Putney drum expansion, the Modern Metal drum kit, as well as the new Ezbass. I have a video that I'm supposed to be delivering to Toontrack in 3 days. Okay, Will's, and then I'm going to immediately switch to mine so you can hear where I'm at. Here's Will. On the down, it's me. Now it's my mix. There's Will. And then here's me. Will. And then my recreation. Through my in-ear monitors, I think I got it fairly close, but I think I still have a little bit I could do to it. I've used very minimal plugins, and I've cheated. I used a plugin called T-Rex 5 Master Match, and I basically dropped his mix in and stole his mastering curve so I could put it on mine. It's hacks. Total hacks. Also, the bass is this Ezbass plugin. I think for the YouTube video and for the sake of the demo, I think I did a pretty good job of getting it close to the real thing with plugins from Will Putney. You think I'm there? Like, would you use this on a YouTube video for that demo? Yeah, this is for Metal Mode. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think I'm going to change anything on that. Like, I could try to get the drum performance a little bit better and closer to what Rudy played. I think the demo does enough. Like, it's like, yeah, the drums sound good. You can kind of recreate the real thing with it, no problem, if you have the right tools. What do you think? Mission accomplished on that one? I think so. And we did pretty good. I was very impressed with how close the drums sounded to Will's drums.
Yeah,
because they are
cool. They are Will's drums.
They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of dirt. I used almost nothing on this mix and was able to get Will's drum sound right out of the box without tweaking anything. I didn't even break the faders out into individual faders in my DAW. I just worked with whatever the preset was. And it sounded fine to me, man. If that's how easy it is to get a Will Putney drum sound, you guys should all be rushing out to get that thing. What are you doing, Will? You're giving away the secret sauce, man. It's too easy. It's too easy now. What are you gonna do? You're out of business, dude. I don't know, you got a pretty good head start with his drum kit.
Yeah, I use his own shit against him.
We're gonna turn your powers against you, Will. That's mean.
Yeah.
Man, now what are you gonna do? Like, what's your next drum sound gonna be? Like, Ass Cheeks of God or something? Like, I just want to give a huge shout out to Bill Terrell at Toontrack, and Tyus, all the guys over there in Sweden. You guys make the best stuff. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done over the years without them. Well, if you're over 40, never trust a fart and never waste a boner, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace. Hey, you guys like this killer dragon bell thing I got when I was in Taipei? Apparently, it'll bestow upon you ancient wisdom when you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Nothing happened. This thing sucks.